It's day 88 of my 100-day meditation challenge, and it's great to be home. Oh, it's so good. I so appreciate this place. It's great. And so this morning it was wonderful. Like, I woke up really early this morning and did about an hour and a half meditation, because the gym wasn't open. So yeah, so I went to the gym after that, and then just did another hour meditation. And what I've noticed in the last 24 hours, it's not that it's changed in the last 24 hours, it's been changing gradually since I started this whole meditation thing. But what I noticed, because something happened, is that my mind has detached itself from the drama, right? So, our subconscious minds will try to fix problems, okay? And if there aren't any problems, it will make them up. It will make up problems, so it will create these dramas inside of our heads. And so that can take the form of thinking that there's meaning behind something that there isn't. And so, for example, yesterday I saw somebody that I haven't seen for quite a while, and I recognized in that seeing of them, it was just a really easy interaction, and there was nothing else to it than that. And I recognized that in the past my mind would have gone into a drama about it, and so I would have started making up meaning behind it and also other stories behind it. So you know how your mind goes off and thinks, you think that you know what the other person is thinking, or that what they did or didn't do in that interaction meant something, and then your mind might start making stuff up. So it's like imagining, well, if they'd have said that to me, then I would say this to them, and all of this, and yeah, my head used to do that, and it does that a little bit now. Like, I've noticed in the meditation, I noticed this morning in the meditation, sometimes when the mind starts wandering, it will wander off to sometimes past situations, but it'll start putting a bit of drama in there. It'll change it a little bit to make it more dramatic. And it's like, I don't know, it's like your head's trying to entertain you in a way, because the drama is kind of entertaining, but it keeps you away from yourself. It keeps you away from all kinds of things, in fact, that drama. Keeps you away from bliss. It keeps you away from your creativity and your inspiration. Keeps you away from all the good stuff in life. So I've noticed that, yeah, my head is not doing that so much anymore. And so just from noticing from that interaction that I had yesterday, it was easy. It was nothing. It wasn't drama. It wasn't anything. And our subconscious minds are a little bit like 4-year-olds, right? So when our minds go off into that drama, so I said this morning when I was meditating, and my head did go off into a bit of a drama. It was imagining, right, a visa run that I did 3 months ago, being on a night ferry, somebody trying to steal something out of my bag while I'm asleep, right? And it's near to what happened 3 months ago, but it wasn't. That didn't happen. Someone approached my bag, but a friend noticed I was asleep, and that was it. No drama around it. It was over. It was sorted out. It didn't happen. But yeah, because of the recent visa run that I've been on, my mind started going off to, it would have been nice if it had made the night boat back instead of having to wait till the next morning to get the other ferry back. And then it's like, oh, but what if someone had stolen something out of my bag on the night boat again? And all of this what if drama, which just, none of it happened. None of it happened before. I didn't even get the night boat this time, and none of it happened. And so it's just this my mind creating a problem. And so, because that happened in the meditation, just after I'd already realised that my head isn't in the drama so much, although it always will do. Like your head will always go toward the drama, and mine still does, because that's the way it's made. It's made for fixing problems, so it creates them if they aren't there. And so in the meditation, what I was doing then, when I was aware that it's gone off into this drama, is just like, just talk to it like a 4-year-old, like it is, It's like this 4-year-old. And if you had a 4-year-old child and they were, say, having a nightmare, right? And so they're screaming, and you go to their room and you say, "Oh, what's wrong?" And they're like, "There's a monster under the bed," right? Well, you wouldn't jump on the bed and go, "Oh my God, there's a monster under the bed, oh my God," and then start worrying with them and completely freak out at it. You wouldn't do that to your 4-year-old. And nor would you sit on the bed and say, "Well, imagine if the monster, imagine if you fell asleep and then the monster grabbed your toes, or imagine if you fell asleep and then your arm went over the edge of the bed and it grabbed you and it pulled you under the bed and then ate you. Or imagine if you fell asleep and then the monster jumped on top of the bed and you woke up and it was in your face." That would be really cruel. You wouldn't do that. So what would you do? So you wouldn't go off with the mind in these fantasies and doing the what ifs or getting worried with it, So it's come up with this fear. What if they really hate me and they're waving at me and saying hi, and it's not true that they don't like me, they actually hate me and all stuff like that. You wouldn't start worrying with that 4-year-old. It just wouldn't make sense, right? So you'd listen, you'd say, "And it's okay, it's all right. There's not a monster in the bed, it's not true." And that's what you've got to do with your mind in the meditation when it goes off into these dramas. You've got to treat it like that 4-year-old and just, accept what it's saying, accept what it's feeling and what it's come up with, but with compassion and saying it's all right, it's not true and it's okay. I've noticed in myself since I've been doing this last 88 days of meditation is that my mind does that way less. It does it way less now. It wants to go off way less. And I think that especially in the last few weeks, I've noticed that better things have taken over, more creativity and inspiration and better interactions with people, and there's been all of this much better stuff come in that feels way better than that whole drama. And so it's got easier and easier because of that, because it's more interesting. My life is more interesting now. The stuff that I'm doing is way more interesting. It's more exciting. It feels better. It's more fulfilling. And so with all of those feelings, my mind isn't so bored anymore as to want to create that stuff. I guess it's like, sitting and watching TV, watching dramas on TV just because you've got nothing else to do. And so you want to be entertained, and so you'll sit and watch a drama on TV just to, have different feelings as you're getting into it. Or filling your time with something more purposeful, and you wouldn't want to sit in front of a drama. And so it's the same. It's kind of easier to detach from the drama, or the drama doesn't happen. I'm not saying it's easy to detach from the drama, really. It's just the drama is a fabrication in the mind. It's just made up. The mind isn't making it up. And so it doesn't happen so much when there's better things going on. So that's interesting to know. That was day 88.